Hey gamers, do you ever think back to the good old days when all games were on console and we only got a few new titles every year? Well, let me be the first to say thank God we live in 2021, where we got tons of games not only on PC, on console, but also iOS and Android devices as well. Starting with number 10, Kill It With Fire. If you're not a fan of spiders, you're gonna love this game, or maybe hate it, depending on how scared of spiders you are. This one's a first-person spider hunting game where you play the role of the host, being allowed to use anything you see in the house to kill the spiders. You can use different types of items like guns, grenades, ninja stars, a weed whacker, and yes, even fire. You gotta chase them around shooting, swatting, or burning everything in your path, or just blow up the whole gas station and kill the spiders. This game is action-packed and a lot of fun, and I really think you're gonna enjoy it. On to number 9, Jelly Drift. This one's a single-player racing game where there's two race modes, one where you race against a simple AI, or the second where you race against a time lap that you use so that you can compete with yourself. There's 8 cars and 4 maps available, all inspired by the anime Initial Drift. The only downside of this game is if you go with the AI mode, they are really hard to beat because they don't drift much and retain their momentum. To beat them, players have to be extremely good at knocking them off the map or finding some shortcuts. Number 8, My Time at Portia. This one's an indie farming and crafting open world game where you can move and collect wood, stone, and other items to build and survive. It's kinda similar to Story of Seasons and Animal Crossing. Previously, this title was famous on PC, but now fans can finally play it on mobile as well. And FYI, this game is a single-player game, there's no multiplayer option. But if you're looking for a casual and relaxing farming sim, this might be right up your alley. Number 7, Baldo the Guardian Owls. Baldo is a fantasy action-adventure game featuring a young boy who's pure of heart on a quest to reach the Owl Village. In practice, it's more like a test of the player's patience and willingness to continue playing a massive game riddled with questionable design choices and very little reward. As you explore the overworld and solve the intricate puzzling dungeons, you discover new towns, fight ferocious foes, locate hidden temples, and collect magical objects and weapons. This game was initially released on PC and console, but now you can also try it out on your iOS device. Number 6, Crazy Drive 3. This one's a crazy open-world stunt racing game that's also available on PC. In the game, you can race against friends in monster trucks and other ridiculous vehicles. There are tank battles, 10-person competitive multiplayer in-game events. You can also completely customize your race car and drive around searching for secrets or hidden discoveries. It's really a game that emphasizes the silliness of its premise with the types of vehicles you can drive, including monster trucks and tanks, and you can use these in different online or single-player modes, where you level up as you participate in these events to unlock new cars. Number 5, Sparklite. This is a fantastic action-adventure roguelite game where you play the role of our hero, Ada, who quickly finds herself stranded in the strange land of Geodia after her airship is brought down by a freak storm. In the game, you explore the bright and colorful land of Geodia and take down titans of the mining industry. The journey takes the form of a classic top-down Zelda-style game with a charming steampunk twist. Swords have been replaced with a wrench and a hammer, and bombs with grenades propelled via hot air balloons. As you explore new areas of Geodia, you unlock new items to help you access even more of the ever-changing world. That is, if you can survive long enough. Overall, it's a very good game with a great storyline. Number 4, Wall of Insanity. This one's a new project from the creators of the Slaughter game series. It's a single-player campaign, third-person shooter game where you play the role of a policeman in a scary environment. Your mission in the game is to find out what happened to this mysterious place. The game contains lots of creepy things, and believe me, it feels very horror. Within the game, you have to find various types of clues, find your way out, and fight with deadly creatures. You also have a limited number of bullets, so make sure you use every one wisely. Overall, the game has an interesting plot, and you should definitely try this one out. Number 3, Bike Baron 2. This one's a wild motocross racer packed with ingenious tracks for your inner daredevil. It's similar to Bike Baron 1, but the graphics are way better. The game features tons of new levels, and each of them has various traps and winding paths. The physics in the game are really cool too. It has some great crashes and mega explosions. You can navigate monster jumps and hazardous contraptions, mixing platformer and puzzle elements to a spectacular effect. Bike Baron 2 offers tight physics and pixel-perfect controls, making each cartoony incident as fun as every hard-won victory. Number 2. Slender: The Arrival. Blue Isle Studios have just released its first-person survivor horror cult hit Slender: The Arrival to mobile devices. So if you're not familiar with the game, its atmosphere has been designed to give players a perfect blend of tension and paranoia. You'll find yourself in the dark and menacing world of sensory deprivation and witness a horrifying story filled with haunting visions and audio cues that are bound to give you the jitters. Overall, I found it's a really fun game and has some great graphics, but it's a bit too short. I also find it leans a bit too heavily on the jump scare mechanics, but they're always fun anyways. Finally, at number 1, SpongeBob SquarePants. This one's a platformer game that hit console and PC back in 2020, but is also now available for mobile devices. Naturally, this game is based on the Nickelodeon animated series SpongeBob SquarePants. The game itself is a remake of the 2003 release SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom, with enhanced visuals and the addition of previously cut content and more. The core gameplay involves collecting items and defeating the robots which have attacked Bikini Bottom, and also you have to avoid environmental hazards like spikes and flames. If you're a big fan of SpongeBob, then you'll definitely love the storyline in this one. So definitely go and give it a try. So there we have it, 10 best offline PC games for Android and iOS. Let me know which game you want to try first, or if you want to suggest your favorite games in the comments below.